when you are out there on the track, racing in the rain, Forza Motorsport is probably one of the best experiences of sim racing that I have had in my life. But the car progression system and some other problems are what stopped this game from being truly great. Ever since the Xbox Developer Direct, where this car progression system was revealed, people have taken a firm stand against it. And of course, why wouldn't they not? This car progression system goes against many of the ideologies that the older Forza Motorsport games have stood for. And it suffices to say that for most of the player base, this car PG mechanics or this particular car progression system is the biggest problem and the most negative thing that they would say about Forza Motorsport itself. And I feel the same, because this car progression system is probably the most divisive change that Turn 10 has ever made to one of their games in the entire Forza Motorsport series. But sadly, this change was not for the better. In this video, I'm going to break down this car progression system and why exactly it is so bad. And we're also gonna look into what the philosophy might have been at Turn 10 to introduce this peculiar mechanic, despite them, I think, being pretty aware of the fact that most people would not like it. So unlike previous Forza Motorsport games or even the Forza Horizon games, where you buy a car with credits, which is the in-game cash, and then you buy parts for your car, whether they be performance parts or body parts for your car to increase its performance, and you buy them with credits as well. But here in Forza Motorsport, the only thing that you buy with your credits or the in-game cash is your car, and the car parts are actually not bought by the cash itself. And to buy the car parts, you have to actually level up your car. You level up your car by using it in races, and basically, to put it simply, the better you drive, the more faster you level up. And the more you level up, the game allots you a currency known as car points. These car points are synonymous with the level of your car. For example, at level 1 you might have 300 car points, and at level 10 you might have 2500 car points. Now, all the upgrade parts like the engine, the wheel, the transmission, and various other car parts are allotted with a particular car point currency, and then you're gonna use these car points to basically put together parts for your car. Now, on paper, this does indeed sound like a pretty interesting mechanic, doesn't it? I mean, if you look at the good parts of it, for one, you don't have to actually spend your cash on any of the parts, so you're saving your money right there. And it also brings a particular type of thrill into the game when you only have a limited amount of car points and you have to put parts for your car together in such a way that you extract the most amount of performance from your car. And even if you have a lot of car points, and even if you have leveled up your car to the max level and have all the car points unlocked, maybe the particular race that you are going for has a particular limit on your car level, like it needs an A-class car which shouldn't be more than 700 in power scaling. So even then, you'll have to pick particular parts so that the total score of your car comes out to be 700, but you have to keep in mind that you have to extract the most performance for your car. It does create a kind of a mini game which can be pretty thrilling, right? But and a huge but. This sounds good only on paper, because in actual practical application, this system is absolutely horrible. For one, it takes an obnoxious amount of time to level up your car. Like if you want your car to reach max level, that is level 50, you have to play with it for at least 4 to 6 hours, depending on how you drive. 4 to 6 hours just to max out a single car is crazy. And imagine doing that for 700 plus vehicles in this game. That is extremely repetitive and extremely grindy. Look, I am all here for endless content, but the content needs to have some amount of quality, and endlessly grinding your car to max out its level is definitely not quality. This just feels like an endless MMORPG. And I'm sorry Turn 10, but Forza Motorsport is not an MMORPG. It's a sim racer, and we are here to race, not engage with RPG elements. And remember when I told you that we might discuss the philosophy behind this feature? Well, if you look at the name of the game, everything will be clear to you. Forza Motorsport. This is the 8th game in the franchise, yet it does not have the moniker 8 in its name. Why? The reason is because Even though Turn 10 stylizes this game as a reboot of the Forza Motorsport series, I personally think that the reason why this game doesn't have 8 in its name is because they wanted this to be a live service game. They wanted this to be the only Forza experience that you play and keep playing for a number of years. And that is beneficial for them. The more amount of time you spend in their game, the more likely you are to spend money on their game as well, whether it be on car packs or the premium edition or whatever. They know that a lot of the player base can access their game on Game Pass for just $10 a month, so they want to keep you there. They want to keep you grinding so that you feel like, yeah, you have a lot of progress in this game and now you want to buy this game, you want to buy all the car packs. And one of the linchpins that they thought that would keep the player going and endlessly going is this car PG mechanics, where they want you to keep leveling up your cars in an exaggerated fashion. Now, upon receiving a lot of backlash from the players, what Turn 10 did was quite weird to me personally. They changed the balancing of the game in such a way that most of the parts for the car are now unlocked by level 8 to 10, and the highest level part, which is the engine conversion, gets unlocked around level 25. But the max level that your car can reach is actually level 50. Now, question yourself, if you are able to unlock most of the car parts by level 8 to 10, and the highest degree of car part, that would be the engine swap or the engine conversion, if you can unlock it by level 25, is there any point to going to level 50 when from level 25 to level 50 you actually don't unlock anything at all? No, there isn't any point. So why would you want to level up your car if there are no rewards for it? The only reward that I can think out is that if you level up 5 cars from the same manufacturer and make them reach their max level, you would get a 5% discount on the vehicles from that particular manufacturer. But I mean, 5% is a really minute amount, and even if you play this game just a few hours every day, you're gonna be rolling in cash, so cash is not really the problem in this game anyway. So the fact of the matter is that this car progression system takes way too long to level up your cars. And secondly, there is not much meaning to leveling your car beyond, let's say, level 10 or level 25. There is no meaning to leveling your car beyond that at all. And this is not the only downside. Most of us Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport players who play the game for hours every single day, they have a lot of money, right? And they don't have many things to spend that money on. So if I want to buy a new car, for example, let's say I hop into Forza Horizon 5. I buy a new car and I spend money on it to max it out or whatever parts I want to buy to reach the designated performance that I want. And I drive the car, and if for some reason I don't like it, I sell the car, right? So it's not that big of a difference for me. At that particular level, at that particular point where I am rolling in millions of credits, I don't really care about money, right? I care more about my time. So I'm just gonna buy the car and buy all the parts that I need for the car. But in Forza Motorsport, I can't do that. Even if I have all the money in the world and I buy a car, I have to use that car for a particular set of time, 4 to 6 hours, if I want to unlock all the parts for that particular car. And that sucks huge time. It's a huge demotivator, I would say. It feels fine for the first few hours of the game, like maybe the first 30 or 40 hours of the game when the game is still new to you and you're still in the honeymoon phase. But once you get used to the game, this particular system actually gets really boring and really grindy. And Turn 10 agrees with all of this as well. In the recent blog post that they made, they said that they are aware that most of the players don't like this particular car progression system, and they are looking into how they can change it or how they can modify it to better suit the demands of the players. Now, like I said, this car progression system in theory isn't bad because it does create a thrilling mini game where you have to balance out your car's performance. But in practicality, it's way too grindy. So if I had to keep this car progression system and still fix the game, what I would do is that I would remove the 50 level cap, and actually the max level that I would make a car reach is level 10. That's it. And I would change the balancing in such a way that an hour or an hour and a half of driving would max out the car at level 10 and allow you to unlock all the parts that you need. This particular way you could also keep this mechanic in the game while also making it way less grindy. But we all know that games are hard to make, and the various levels of codes and the various layers of complicated code written beneath the surface of the game are very intricate. And if Turn 10 decide to change this particular car progression system, they will have to rewrite a lot of codes, and they will have to change the game in a significant way when it comes to balancing and the parts and the economy. But despite that, I would still say that they should make this change. They should fix this car progression system, and it would be best if they remove it altogether. But honestly, I would be fine if they make it less grindy. All that said, I know me and many of my fellow friends and fellow Forza Motorsport players are waiting eagerly for the next word from Turn 10 as to how they will change the car progression system in this game. And like I say to everyone, this is a pretty good game, but it just has some few issues that if Turn 10 could remove these issues, the game would be actually phenomenal. I absolutely love the car handling. It feels so realistic. I love the variable weather and the variable time of day, and there are so many things to love and enjoy about this game. And there are just these 2-3 things that if Turn 10 could fix in this game, the game would be awesome. And I do plan to make videos about the other issues that plague this game, other significant issues. So if you're interested in that, guys, then please subscribe, as I would love to have you on this journey with me. So what are your thoughts about the car progression system in Forza Motorsport? Please let me know down in the comments below, and I hope all of you have an amazing day full of positivity, and happy gaming, guys.